Three big news stories on Boeing, including plans to raise new debt, a wiring issue, separate from what we've been talking about, and other safety concerns. And the FAA is reviewing all that, and potential plans for mandatory flight simulator training for pilots. Joining us now on the Squawk Newsline to talk about the stock impact, Carter Copeland, who we go to from time to time, founding partner and U.S. aerospace and defense analyst at Melius Research. He has a buy rating and a $521 price target. Carter, it's 2020 now, so all the things that we talked about with Boeing, all we were talking about, well, that won't be till 2020. So now it is 2020. Give us a chronology of what to expect next. Anything new today that in this news to change your viewpoint?
Yeah, Joe, look, I think the change in the calendar doesn't really change a lot in the process here. You know, the company is, I think, at a point where they're telling the FAA, they're telling other regulatory authorities, you know, we'll do whatever is deemed necessary at this point to get towards certification. And so there's, you know, as you can imagine, a lot of work under the microscope trying to get to the end of that process. But as you go through the news reports over the weekend, I think what you'll find is pretty consistently the company is sort of in the mode of, you know, let's do whatever it is it takes to satisfy, you know, what safety requirements are deemed necessary by regulators. And, you know, I don't think, you know, moving into 2020 changes much of that for the stock. The question is, you know, how long does it take to return to normalcy? And then what do the numbers look like out there? Because ultimately that's where the market's going to go.
Yeah. So of the things that we heard today, which one of them did anything change the game or not really? The wiring issue, it doesn't sound like this is something that's going to be anywhere close to the 737 MAX issue, right?
Yeah, look, I mean, the aircraft itself is, you know, as I said, under a microscope. You know, for any aircraft, if you went back and you reviewed, you know, everything with a fine-tooth comb, I think you could find things that are, you know, deemed risky. But what the aviation community relies on is statistical data, you know, and safe operation over, you know, thousands and millions of hours. And so you can identify potential risks and begin to assign probabilities to those, you know, posing a new problem for the aircraft. But I think what's comforting about this process is it's putting together a very rigorous assessment that then should make the plane, you know, a very safe aircraft on the back end. Now, you know, what do you worry about here? From a stock market standpoint, I think what you worry about is all of the this activity continues to signal that the process just continues to drag on and move, you know, the targets that we thought towards, you know, return to service to the right.